Let's see here. Oops. Oh, we're choppy again. Oh, why? It always starts out beautifully. Alright, that looks like it helped. Alright, where was I in life? Let's see. My HP will be replenished? Well, that is fantastic. I'll have to start figuring out some messages to leave people. So it really looks like my computer did not like my browser being open at the same time. Which, you know, it is what it is. Alright, let's see how easily I can get this guy down. See, here's my thing. I hit a direction to dodge. Sometimes, and it's just like direction, dodge, stands there. And I'm all like, what? Try horseback battle. Stab. So for anyone who ends up seeing this, I started this on YouTube. Very long recording sessions because, I don't know, I just feel like Elden Ring takes a long time to even get anywhere. So each video is at least an hour. Trying to get live to go, which appears, at least for Twitch, is going well. I have to check to see if the same situation will work on the YouTubes. I don't think this really makes a difference anymore, but we're gonna do it anyway. Yeah, and then they probably alert him Oh, boy, you've got all the stabs, don't you, bud? It worked out. It freaking worked out. Alright, I never did get any lost ghost sites down there, and I feel like there should be. What the hell? And this is where I went to die, because I was cursed. Because I was over here, and I opened a chest. And I'm all like, yeah! This is totally fine. And then I got transported there, and couldn't figure out how the hell to leave. So I do. Oh, that's fancy. Alright, so I can do that. Not right now. I have a horse. I tend to forget I have a horse. Not really a horse per se, it's like a... I don't know, I feel like it's more of a yak. Would that be accurate? Do yaks have horns? Alright. I remember when I forgot that... I hate you. I hate the bats. Anyone who likes these bats... Oh, these are even worse. Scratch that. So far, you're on my top tier list. Hate you. Alright. You're just annoying. Likely monstrous. Oh, the dog! Fucking hate the dog. Death. Worst. I was watching my friend's stream last night. He didn't know it was me, I don't think, which is kind of funny. Probably because my name on here is not anything I've used before. God damn dogs! Fuck all the way off. Ah, buttons. Buttons. I gotta get rid of that damn... There we go. You ever just fail? Button press. Here's something I wish they would change. See how I can move the body? Like, unless I need that at some point in the game, I don't want it. I'm not about that life. Are you cowering? You should cower. Butterflies are good. Always collect the things. Anyway, what was this saying? Oh yeah, I was watching my my buddy's stream last night, and come at me, bro. Block. Oh my! Really? Yeah, of course I died, because I'm freaking trying to attack and my sword's hitting a wall. Oh, that was annoying. makes me laugh though. Certain things you can jump on a ledge, visibly see you have no feet on the ledge, but then you're standing there. You're on the ledge. You want to attack in an enclosed space? Ah, bro, your sword hit the wall. Oh, so sad for you. Don't worry, I'll eventually finish what I'm trying to say. Let's see. Let's focus here. Alright, summary. Was watching his stream last night, playing Elden Ring. He was doing really good, I guess. Compared to me, yes. Good compared to me. I mean, he as well. Just basically like, I'm not good at this either. But it's fun. And that's the same boat I'm on. You know? I don't like you. Nobody likes you. Die. Yeah, good guy. I went to school with him. Solid human. Oh, that's a first. I've never killed two things at the same time. Oh, you! I love holding block for nothing to happen. It's my favorite. Just kidding. It's definitely not my favorite. There's another dog over here. Along with this fucking rat. Let me do that. In case I wind up dying again. No? Okay, cool. Find this guy that's talking. Unless it's just one of those ominous things. There's this voice here. I hear you. Ooh, got the blocker. I'm about it. So down here is where I got my curse and trap. But I also got, like, some random... Let me back up a bit. Some random item that, like these, I got these because it transported me in front of a chest that has them. But then you're in death. You know, just death. Plainly speaking. Alright. Hi! Alright, do one of those. Here you go. Fucking attack! Oh, you are attacking, but sword hit wall. What's your smart idea? To funnel them in. Except I forgot that sword hit wall. Oh, please hold. Mic off. Alright, sorry about that. The old phone rang there. La 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 la. Where am I in life? Alright, so. What happened? I don't think I had arrows. Don't. I don't remember if fire works on these well. Let's find out. Because why not, right? He definitely doesn't seem to like it, that's for friggin' sure. Oh yeah, bud. So much quicker. So much quicker. I don't have arrows. Okay. So, I don't think there's anyone in here. Good. This is the thing that will... So, like... This chest transported me all the way over here. To the Celia Crystal Tunnel. Why is that bad? Oh, cool, I can tumble away from it. That's good. Why is that bad? I'm not going to show you, because, at least for my current status, I have a decent amount of runes. So, to put it plainly, at my current level of 17, going over there is just asking for death. So it's a pass. It's a pass for me. Now what I want to find is grace around some here. There's gotta be one. Let's go this way. Try to explore this with a little bit of tact. Guarantee there's that fire. So I enjoy the game, right? I do. There's just... I'm getting used to the system of, hey, if you want to go anywhere, do anything, you need these runes, right? Which you will lose all of them upon death. And if you want to keep them, or recover them, you have to get them and recover them before dying again. Otherwise, they're gone forever, and you must start over again. And I'm like, oh damn, that's a fucking dragon! Holy shit! No! Okay. Whoa, bud. Is it off me? It is. Oh my. Oh, you. I swear to God, if I escape that, just get killed by a damn dragonfly. Okay, there's a dragon there now. So that happened. I'm gonna go this way. Yeah. Let me get rid of that one. We're gonna go this way. Holy shit, man. Noted. Fighting bats. And or dragonflies. Easier on back of my little beastie here. because it basically brings me up to their level. Okay. There's a whole ass dragon over there. Now, I know I set that marker, but that's more for like a directional beacon, if you will. Is that a giant crab? It is a giant crab. That wasn't there before. Unless I was on a different beach. Yes, I was over here. Spam alert. There's my marker. There's one of those guys. You know, something should have told me that this guy is like summoning something. Or it's a merchant. Hit the wrong button. Do that a lot.
Ah, you must be the new Tarnished. You do well to steer clear of a Gill Lake, fledgling. A dragon roosts there.
Yeah.
And it's as fearsome as it is majestic.
Figured that one out.
Unless you're mad or wish to be burned alive, stay clear of the lake. Don't be a fool. Turn back before it's too late. Don't be a fool. Turn
Maybe you're
back
not a merchant.
before it's too late.
Maybe you're just a guy. Okay, no fire damage. Why? Because you have to test these game mechanics, because... yeah. Alright. Don't be a fool. I'm not gonna be a fool, man. I'm nowhere near ready to take on a whole dragon. Hey, you're exactly what I was... Why is there blood here? That's not suspicious at all. Tell me somebody jumped off. Oh. Alright, you I can give a pass to. That looks like to be a large wolf of some sort. You went for it. What was your plan, bud? Don't mind me. I just like to try to figure that kind of stuff out. Get rid of that. Alright, so we have Grace here now, so that's good. I don't have to... You're a hunter of bloody fingers. I'm unfamiliar, but something tells me I will come across... What is that? You look like firewood. Oh yeah, bud. Straight up. Alright. let me go back to this grace and do what I gotta do, because this was more so to get the stream set up, make sure I had some sort of speed to it, because unfortunately, jump attack. Oh, I see the purpose. I do. Running required ahead. I see the purpose. Because you're on the ledge here. Beautiful. Very good, beautiful. Yeah. Tell you what. Health is on me, bud. Alright. I think I have enough to level. I do? I want to get my max equipment up. But at the same time, I need to get my defenses up. Discovery, I think, might be okay for the moment. Yeah, we'll do stamina. Yes. Okay. Let's get out of here. Alright, it's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun.